All right, Truro, like many other towns in Cornwall, is blessed because of the 18th century Lighting and Paving Act with wonderful granite pavements, wide granite pavements. In Truro we also have a granite paved main front street, Boscawen Street, as well as many granite buildings, granite steps and so on. And it's one of the glories of Cornwall. They have no protection whatsoever. These pavements and streets. Neither do the ironwork that they use to take the water through them and to cover up manhole covers and so on. It's all just been left to fend for itself. We're going to make you a movie of some of the abominations and some of the glories in a very small area of the streets of Truro, just to illustrate this, and with a view to using this as an illustration in order to persuade the authorities, Historic England Cornwall Council, to actually begin to protect our pavements and our streets. This iron post was put in, and in doing that they took out the cornerstone, which is there, which had been shaped to fit in with this one, and they've replaced it with concrete and a little cosmetic lump there, okay, and a little cosmetic lump here, I don't know what that is, in order to fit in. And actually what they've done is they've taken away the original piece of granite, and what they should have done, in my view, is to drill here so that they made a hole the size of the bollard, and then they stuck it in some form of resin to hold it there. Bit unfortunate. This is W. Sarah and Son of Redruth, the foundry. Actually, the foundry is still there. It's not in use, but everything is still there. When I was on Cornwall Council, I tried to persuade Cormac to buy it and get it going so they could make replacements and new ones like this. But this is set quite well into the granite, although here you've had a crack. I suspect this has got to do with vehicles passing across with some degree of subsidence. If you go down Princes Street, there's a jeweller's called Radmore. Same family as Radmore of Radmore and Dart. This would be a 19th century manhole cover set in, as you can see, in the paving slabs. They've cut into the paving slab neatly to make the space to take the manhole, and they've done that here, here, here and here, okay? So they've left a gap which is reasonable. It's settled in and it's level, solid, and also it's and a good piece of work. I call this the BT abomination. Right, here you've got movement house. Pavement which is fanning out here. Very large slabs of granite, okay, fanning out from this doorway. And in the middle of it, you've got these wonderful curves, two curved stones to create this wonderful sweeping curve. And here, British Telecom have come along. They have cut into this fanned granite here, cut into it here again, cut in here, and put in this huge thing and left it bright yellow in the pavement. You've got a great chunk of granite. I heard Giles Blomfield, the architect, once say that one of the great beauties of Truro is its corners, that we actually make much of our corners. And this is a primary corner. And look what we've allowed to happen. I think they should be made to come and take this up and put it somewhere else, you know, or put in something smaller, or certainly something a different colour. I think it's absolutely appalling. And then behind that, you've got these wonderful granite steps, you know, granite building, fantastic piece of work. And we've got this thing. Here we are, outside the Hall for Cornwall. Here we are. On the other side, between the road and the pavement, you've got what we in Truro call the leats. These should carry running water, which is taken out of the river and pumped through originally in order to provide horses with something to drink, but also kids to paddle in and for people to admire. It's one of its distinctive characteristics of Truro. Now here, not so long ago, many millions were spent refurbishing the theatre, and in the process they needed to get vehicles in and out to do the work. And here you've got the two abominable pieces of concrete that they laid across the leat. They had no consent to do this. They did it. If you come up here, you can see that the hole through there, which has got silt all around it now, when we get a shower of rain, stuff coming down here, this backs up and floods all the way up there. Okay? Where these gentlemen are standing up here, you've got a second one, and when the water is coming down, it backs up and floods. We've asked very politely to have these taken out and replaced with metal plates, as you see elsewhere over the Neats, and they point blank refuse to do it. It's an abomination, it's a desecration of the conservation area and the glorious granite heritage that we walk around day after day. And I don't see why we should put up, and I certainly don't see why we should put up with this constant flooding in rainy weather, because he can't be asked to take it away. Bring you here to show you what I consider to be the finest bit of masonry in the curves of Truro. Here you've got perfect curve, perfectly parallel, resolving into a straight curve here, joining in. The inversed curve is a perfect replica of the obverse curve, and then here you've got the stones carved in. Even here, you've got the beginnings of a curve coming there, you see, coming round. And then you come to this abomination. Concrete all over the place. Why is it that we couldn't do what people do elsewhere in the street in former times, when we were relying on crowbars, wedges, hammers and chisels and brawn? And why do we have to have these things done like this, which so contrast and reduce the quality of what it is that you're looking at here?